Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another video this week. If you are new here, my name is Carrie. I live in New York City and I make videos about home decor, style, and life in the city here. Today I am bringing you a home decor video that I hope is going to be pretty useful to a lot of you. I know a good portion of my viewers are on the younger side, whether you're in college, you're a young adult, or you're the type of person who's just getting your first apartment or home. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video about my tips to furnish an apartment on a millennial or Gen Z or like first home apartment person budget. I'm going to be sharing a lot of the things that I did and kind of the guidelines that I use to furnish my apartment here, as well as things that I use when I'm trying to help other people furnish theirs. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking it down into 3 sections. So the first section is going to be kind of what to prioritize when you're furnishing and decorating a space. The second is going to be more where to save and tips on how to do that. And the third is going to be more what to invest in and things that are definitely worth putting more time and money into because they'll kind of last longer in the long run. So before we jump into all those, I do just want to say that this video is in partnership with Article, which is an original modern furniture brand that makes really beautiful high quality pieces. I'll be talking more about them later in the video. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel here if you want to see more of these types of videos or the other things that I cover on my channel. I post every Thursday at 5 p.m. EST, so just remember to also turn on your post notifications. Just come join the family, let's be internet friends, and let's jump right into this video. Alright, so like I said, section 1 of this video is what to prioritize when you're furnishing a space, especially if you're starting from scratch. Now I know this is kind of different for everyone because you might be living with roommates and might only have a bedroom to furnish. You might be living in a very large house and you might already own a handful or several items that are on this list. And so just take these kind of with a grain of salt. This is super straightforward, but I'd say the first thing you need is a bed. And while I think the mattress on the ground look is very cute, I think it's honestly better to get a bed frame if you can. Not only do you need somewhere to sleep, but it's also a really great way to store things, and that's also why I recommend not having your mattress just on the ground. And so I would say with that too, just make sure that you get one that's tall enough that you can store stuff under it. On that same subject, the next thing I would say to prioritize is storage. Now this comes in so many different shapes and sizes and can look so different for so many people, but just in general, I think storage is really key. One of the things that gives me the most peace of mind is to know that the things that I have a spot and have their place. Number 3 on the list is a couch. Now again, this is subjective. If you don't need a couch, then you obviously can skip this point. It really can be the jumping off point for your whole decor, as well as somewhere for other people to sleep if they're visiting you, somewhere for you to hang out if you don't just want to hang out on your bed. Having an alternate place to sit is a key thing. And number 4 on my priority list is rugs. Whether your home is carpeted or whether you have wood or tile or whatever, I think rugs are always a good idea. It's a great way to just add some visual dimension to a space. It's a great way to make a space feel closed off, especially if you live in a studio. It can really kind of like define an area of a space, and it can really just bring everything together, as well as it just makes things feel kind of cozy and homey. Next on my list is a coffee table. And this again is specifically if you have room for a coffee table, but I think it's really the third piece in the trifecta of like the basics that you need for your living room. So it's like a couch, a rug, and a coffee table. It just makes everything look put together. Number 6 on the list I would say is lighting. If you're already good on the lighting front, if you have recessed lighting, if you have built-in lighting, whatever, then you can probably ignore this tip, but at the same time I do think it's nice when you don't want to have your overhead lights on and for things to be so bright to have other light sources. And finally, this is kind of silly, but it is I think really important. The last one I would say is plants, or just like things that make the space feel alive. No matter what your decor style is, no matter what color scheme you're working with, plants just really liven up the space. They make it feel brighter, they make it feel homier. They're also very good for your home if you have real plants that filter the air and all of that. And so I just think that it's a good way to make things instantly feel more stylish and put together. It's amazing to see how if you have something that looks pretty plain and boring, once you put a plant on top of it, it just looks finished. Alright, on to section 2, and that is where to save. So the first tip I have here is to reuse the things you already have if you can. And finding ways to make them work for your space is just kind of about getting a little bit creative. In a lot of cases too, depending on what the piece is, it might also just be a matter of doing a little DIY and finding a way to make an old piece look brand new. Second, for this category, I just made a video that pretty much talked about all of this, and it was places to buy furniture and decor. But there are very specific places where you can really find high quality pieces that look really stylish, or pieces that are very easy to make them whatever you want them to be. So places like that are Amazon, Wayfair, Target, IKEA, of course. All of these places have really stepped it up in terms of the items that they have and are really, you know, capitalizing on all these different trends. Target has a few different lines, Project 62 and Opal House, that are really made for trends, and you can get trendy pieces at a really affordable price point. And again, there are just so many different basics you can buy there. When you're furnishing a first space or a space on a budget, you definitely don't need to go all out. I think that you should definitely start from a mindset, of course, course of wanting to save, getting as much as you can in that category at these different kinds of places. You have to figure out for your budget, for your decor style, for what you want and want to prioritize, what you kind of want to save on. My third tip for saving is to look at the resale market. This could mean looking at vintage stores and thrift stores and stuff like that, looking at places like Craigslist, Facebook groups, and Facebook Marketplace, as well as sites that cater to that like Apartment Deco. I'm currently helping my friend Tembi, who's been in a few of my past videos recently, furnish her new apartment, and she just got a CB2 table for about $400 off, and it looks brand new in person and in amazing shape. And so I think if there are pieces that you have your eye on, definitely survey the market and see what's out there and see if you can maybe find it for a little bit cheaper. Okay, probably my biggest tip in this where to save category is trendy items. The nature of trends obviously is that they're very fleeting, they come and go very quickly, and they go out of style. And while I am very much the type of person to say, if you like it, it doesn't matter if it's trendy or not, at the same time, I think with home decor stuff, when something is very trendy, it becomes like the only thing that people want, and I think it could kind of cloud your judgment. So I would just say that if you do want to include trendy items in your home, there is no problem with that at all. I definitely have some of them in here, but don't spend a lot of money on them unless it's something you really, really love, or unless it's something you really think you're going to keep for a long time, or unless you just have the money to do it and it doesn't really matter. But for example, a few years ago when Millennial Pink was like the biggest thing in the world, I would say maybe don't spend $2,000 on a Millennial Pink couch. Instead, get some pillows or get something that's like cheaper and smaller and will still kind of indulge in the trend. Like I said earlier, Target is a great place to get stuff like that for less money, as well as Zara and H&M both have home lines that are always very, very cute and fun and actually super affordable, especially H&M's. Other places to save are rugs. And while this is in my priority items list, it is definitely a place where you do not have to spend a lot of money at all. I would say places like Wayfair, Overstock, Amazon are all great places, as well as Rugs USA has really, really affordable rugs. The next thing on my list is art. To get art in your home and have really beautiful pieces in your home, it definitely does not have to be expensive. There are so many great resources out there where you can get art for a little bit less. I talked about this again in my last video, but Society 6 is definitely one of them, as well as just various art fairs. And don't limit yourself to what can be considered art. So if you find something that you really like in a magazine, in a book, the sleeve of a record, frame it, you know? And it's instantly art. You can just really make anything that you want to be art. If you want something a little bit more plain or a little bit more abstract, you can also just DIY stuff. And my last tip in this category is to customize things as much as you can. So that could mean a ton of different things. That could mean painting your walls, that can mean adding peel and stick backsplash, that can mean doing peel and stick tile on your floors. Depending on your level of savviness and your willingness to kind of jump into a project like that, obviously this varies a lot, but things like painting are just as simple as buying rollers and paint and blue tape and doing it yourself. Even if you've never painted before, it's something that's very easy, but a coat of paint, a fresh coat of paint, whether it's a color or white, can just instantly refresh your space and make it look cleaner and brighter and customized to you. Obviously, if you're renting, you're gonna want to check with your landlords, read over your lease, whatever you need to. And again, that's not limited to, you know, countertops and more permanent things in your apartment. If you want to DIY furniture pieces, that's also a way to get the look that you want without spending a ton of money on it. And now for the final section of this video, which is where to invest. Now, of course, this does look a little bit different for everyone in terms of your financial means, where you're at in your life, all of these different factors, but just want to give you kind of just some general tips. So my first one on this list is statement pieces that are also very versatile and functional, which for me was something like my mirror. I was looking for a very specific shape and also one that was full length and also one that was gold. And so those parameters kind of limited me severely in what I could find, and I needed one faster than I was able to kind of wait for one to come available at like a thrift vintage location. So I ended up kind of splurging just a little bit, but this is something that is super functional and is something that will really go with any space. If I end up not liking the gold, I can paint it. So it's a piece that I was really okay with spending a little bit more money on, especially because I was saving in so many other areas. Second on this list is things that are going to get a lot of wear and tear, so you really want good quality. This might sound a little bit counterproductive because I had talked about less expensive rugs earlier, but here I'm more talking about things that are bigger ticket items that generally cost more anyways. So I would say the biggest thing in that category is probably a couch. Now, a couch is something you obviously hang out on, you have people sleep on, you have people hang out on with you, like it's like just something that gets a lot of traffic and a lot of use. So if you can can, I think it can really be in your best interest to invest in something that's better quality. More money doesn't always mean better quality, but in a lot of cases it does, and there are a lot of very reliable furniture places out there, and that is exactly where Article comes into this video. So like I said in the intro, I am partnering with Article on this video, as well as some additional content, including one video that I already have live that I will have linked here. But if you don't know what Article is, they are an original modern furniture brand that is exclusively sold online. They don't have any showrooms, they don't have any salespeople, so it really removes the middleman, and because of that, you're able to get really high quality, amazing, stylish furniture at a more realistic price point and under what the retail value might be. So while their items do fall into a certain price category, you're still getting a better deal than you would have if they were sold in a retail store in a showroom. I said this in my last video, but I really love Article because I think that out of the brands that they're comparable to and in that category, they're really the one that's the most versatile. While some of their pieces are definitely influenced by trends and what's, you know, currently popular in the home decor category, they're generally things that are going to be stylish for a long time, things that have been stylish for a long time, and things that you are going to want in your space and are able to really kind of fit your decor aesthetic and kind of grow with you as you move apartments, as your style changes, as your preferences change. And by that I mean little things that you're accessorizing with it, from the pillows that are on top of it to the rug that's under it to the smaller decor pieces that you have as accents. And they do a really great job of pieces that just run the gamut in terms of styles and in terms of preferences and also in terms of price ranges. So I just think that they're a really great resource. And they also have just really beautiful smaller decor pieces that are super high quality, super stylish, are going to, like their larger pieces, last for a really long time and be able to adapt to the space that you're in and the style that you currently like, that are what I would call affordable investments. So I will have the Article items that I personally have in my space here linked in the description below if you want to check them out. And again, I'm just super excited to partner with Article on this video. If you do decide to get any pieces like a couch or anything, they have free shipping over $999. They have a really simple 30-day return policy if you're not happy with the piece and how it looks in your space, and they are just a really awesome company that I hope you guys keep on your radar. And so that is my Article introduction for you. Yeah, so just as a general rule of thumb, I think if it's something that you're gonna wanna replace quickly for whatever reason, or if it's just every time you're between homes and apartments, then maybe it's worth it to invest in that kind of piece instead of just getting something that might be a little bit cheaper in the moment, but isn't gonna last you very long in the long run, and you're just gonna end up spending more money or the equivalent amount over time. All right, so that is all I have for you in this video. I hope it was helpful, especially if you are currently or soon to be furnishing a space, and if you're working with a little bit of a constrained budget, or if you're just looking for some general inspo right now. If you guys are liking these home decor videos, please let me know in the comments below. If I forgot anything important that you think should have been on this list, or if you have a really good tip, please also feel free to leave those in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys as always for watching and being here. I really appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you again to Article for partnering with me on this video. We have one more coming out in a few weeks that I'm very excited about, as well as I have more home decor content right around the corner for you guys. If you like this video, just remember to subscribe and turn on your post notifications, and I will see you guys next week on the next video. Bye.